Hello everybody. We have this Biddeford Electric Throw blanket and the controller doesn't seem to be working properly. For some reason you can't change the up and down temperature setting. Pressing it as hard as I can, it doesn't do anything. My wife and daughter tell me this blanket worked fine for a while, but it doesn't seem to be working right now. The blanket actually works, we just can't get the control to change the temperature up and down, so I'm going to dig into this and see if I can figure it out. As I see it, I have a couple of options. I can buy a replacement control. This one happens to be a digital one. Part number TC13B1-T, 130 watts. Or I could buy a replacement analog control that looks something like this. I suspect the analog will work fine. Those are my two options. I figure I could either replace the controls. Looks like the going price is about 25 bucks on eBay, give or take. So I'm going to dig into this one and see if I can fix it. I have the two parts separated. There are two screws, so we're holding it together. And this happens to be right here. I don't know if you can hear that or not. That's the up button. And that's the down temperature button. And they work just fine. The action on them seems to be fine. So, it must be something in the mechanical button itself. So here's the up-down button. And when I push it, it has almost no travel to it at all. No matter how hard I push it, doesn't seem to want to move very much. It doesn't rock. It's probably the best way to describe it. It doesn't rock one way or the other. I've taken the button out and there's no damage to the pivot point. There they are right there. So what is causing the problem? I think I figured it out. Here's the back side of the button. I don't see any problems in here with the pivot point, but it's not pivoting. I think I know why. As I see it, I have a couple possible solutions. One, if I could get this piece to flex a little bit more, that would be helpful. So one approach might be to score this pretty deep so that this thing flexes sort of like a hinge. That'd be one way. Let me show you why it's not moving properly. This button can't travel at all because the other side is keeping it from moving. This blue part is in contact with the white piece, so it's latched right there. When I push the other end, it just doesn't want to move because this end right here is not able to travel down when I push this side down. Same way on the other side. Have the same issue there. So what I'm going to do is, first step is I'm going to try to just shave off a little bit of the white piece on both sides so that the button has a little bit more room to travel. This is a lever that's sitting on a pivot point, but the other end, which is designed to keep the blue button captured inside the white housing, is not allowing it to travel very much. I'm just going to shave that down a little bit on both ends, see if I can get the button to have some travel. If I'm not successful there, then I will probably come in and try to take some of the material away right here. Take a couple passes with a very fine saw, so this sort of becomes a hinge. and can flex and move. But right now, when I push this as hard as I can, it just barely moves, and that's because the other end is locked and not able to travel. I don't know why this worked before, why this control worked fine when we got this blanket, but it's not working anymore. So I've got nothing to lose by trying to make that modification. So here's the part before I start. My plan is to remove some material right here and right here. Not very much. I'm not going to take it all the way down to here. Maybe half the distance. I've completed shaving that down just a little bit. You can see now how much the button travels. Getting a lot more travel in it. I did put a little bit of foam, some spongy foam underneath the button. I don't know whether I've lost a spring or whether a spring didn't come with it, but it seems to be working much better now. You can see how much travel I get. Here's a close-up of how I placed that spongy material on the back side of the blue button. Let's see if it works. So there's the on. Red light's on. Yeah, so it's working. All you need to do is put a little piece of spongy material under this blue button. I ended up putting two thicknesses, two small pieces under the button, under this blue button, to give it a little bit of action. You can see the buttons move a lot more than they used to, and that seems to have taken care of it. It works. So thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, how about a like, thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel.